Gary, thanks for talking to Mining Weekly Online. I was intrigued by these devices which could add to safety underground, and there's quite a lot of high technology involved. Tell us what they are and what they do.
Martin, it's a proximity detection system, and it's based on detecting people, obviously in the close proximity of machinery. Essentially, it's got generators on the machines themselves. They generate a magnetic field, electromagnetic field around the machine, which can be configured into different shapes, big in some zones and small in other zones. Then individuals carry on them call it a transponder, for the lack of a better word, and this field then detects this person as it comes close to the machine. Then the system allows the machine then to see the first slowdown when they're in the warning zone, and if they come closer, within 2 meters, the machine then automatically applies the braking system and stops. So it comes to a dead stop, and that prevents people then being run over by this equipment.
And how long have you had them, and how did you develop them?
Approximately 5 years ago, we realized that our major accidents occurred with machinery related, particularly people being injured by moving machinery. We then did a complete worldwide survey. Such systems did not exist. We determined that the best way would be on an electromagnetic base. We approached a number of companies. They started researching it, and we finally narrowed it down to one company in America, down the southern and near the Atlanta area, TRICHARDT Mining Company. Frederick then developed this technology. It was a very small company, and then from there we trialed it, found it had some success. There were a number of issues that needed to be further developed. In the last year, Frederick Mining Company has been bought out by Strata, also from the US. In actual fact, an ex-South African who now owns and manages it. He's been out there for 20 years, so it's been very interesting developments. And we're continuing now working closely with them and ensuring that the system is improved upon, the reliability is improved upon, and that the field generation is strong enough to meet our needs.
And what other companies use this?
At the moment, in South Africa, both Anglo is using the similar system. Billiton is trialing an alternative system. Both of those are not a stopping mode. They use them only to warn and bring the vehicle to a slowdown, where Sasol has opted to actually bring it to a total stop. The systems exist also. Anglo Gold and Shanti has bought 600 from Strata of these units. They're rolling out. Sasol Mining, we have now 3 of our major mines already converted. We are busy converting the 4th mine totally in the production sections, and then we'll roll out to the remaining mines after that. So essentially in America, Joy Mining Machinery developing their own system based on very much the same technology, but obviously to meet their needs. In terms of South African needs, both our DMR, Department of Mineral Resources, and the Virginian Department in America are fairly close to making decisions to enforce rollout of this on all underground equipment. The US has already made that decision. They will do so, but have given their companies a year or so to develop and then do the rollout. DMR, here considering the next year to enforce it by law. It's not yet law, it's still a voluntary process. So many companies are very concerned with the reliability of the equipment, and that needs to be proven. And the other is exactly, will it actually do what it says and stop injuries? We're finding that it does.
And who owns the intellectual property on this?
And this will be owned by Strata at this stage.
And what role did Sasol of South Africa play?
Yeah, our major role was in specifying what we want in terms of the needs, the requirements that the system had to meet, and the indication of the type of technology we thought would work in an underground environment. We did not develop the technology per se. That detailed technology was developed by Frederick Mining Company themselves and Strata.
What made US legislators come and pay a visit here out in Mpumalanga to have a look at your system?
The Frederick Mining Company and Strata at that point had obviously told them what we were doing, that we had made the decision to roll it out and equip our mines, and for that reason they wanted to come and see how effective it was and whether it did achieve the requirements that we had set for it. So they came and had a look at the operation, the practical operation. They would consider that it did work, and they were considering that they would need to roll it out in their mines as a compulsory legislation.
And final question, the proof of the pudding is always in the eating. You had this trouble with moving machines, striking people, injuring them, perhaps even going further. Has that reduced since you introduced the system of warning and the machine actually cuts off?
Yeah, definitely where we've implemented it. We've implemented in all our production sections, that the major challenge at the moment is implemented onto our diesel equipment, which is not yet done. So where we've had it certainly implemented, it has drastically reduced. In fact, there's nil. There are no injuries in those systems at all.
But what does this cost?
The cost for the rollout of the system for Sasol Mining will be in excess of 150 million.